So I was recently asked to write a guest blog article, and the question was, what would you like to do on LinkedIn or start with LinkedIn this year? And I was actually thinking, what would I have liked to have known when I had started out on LinkedIn? And that can kind of become my LinkedIn resolution for this year. So one of the things about LinkedIn, especially if you're a Lion or a LinkedIn open networker, is some of your friends can kind of get lost in the fray. If you've got 10, 15,000 connections, first level connections, you sometimes lose touch with people. And so what I wish I had had the opportunity to do when I first started out on LinkedIn was the tagging option. And this is relatively new this year, well, last year, I guess now, to LinkedIn is tagging. And it's exactly like Facebook lists. So if you're used to Facebook, this will not seem unusual to you. Now, what I really like about tagging on LinkedIn as on Facebook is you can create just about as many different tags as you want. Obviously, LinkedIn already gives you some classmates, colleagues, let me see, group members, friends, partners, and then I think the other one is unlisted. And that is just depending on how people connect to you on LinkedIn. So if they invite you to connect to them as a friend, then LinkedIn's going to tag them as a friend. So you'll probably want to go through what LinkedIn's already tagged for you and make sure that's true. If you go into friends and you see someone who's not really a friend, just a classmate or someone you just kind of know, then you will want to untag them. Now, when you're creating tags, think about the different options that you can put in here. So men and women, that way you can kind of separate your groups in half. Now, the problem with LinkedIn is you can only send up to 50 messages at a time. So if you can keep your groupings down below 50, it's just going to make it easier for you to communicate with folks on a regular basis. But even if you just have to split your connections in half, it's going to help. It's going to help you keep in touch. So men and women, colleagues, classmates, partners, that's all already created for you. Networking groups that you go to. If there are members of a networking group that you go to that you're connected to on LinkedIn, go ahead and tag them that way. It's another form of communicating and networking. Associations that you belong to, a great way to stay top of mind with other people that you belong to association with. Different niche markets that you focus on. Now, LinkedIn gives you industries, but you might want to create more specific niche markets so that you can keep in touch with those people. Potential clients, current clients, past clients, competition, strategic partners, affinity partners, referral partners. If you went to a conference, definitely create, like we went to the XBM conference, definitely create a classification or a tagging so you can tag people who you went to the conference with or the conferences so that you can keep in touch with them. These are all great ways of classifying people so that when you put your communication strategy into place with LinkedIn, it's much, much easier to just jump on let's just see here, one that has less than 50, to jump into a classification, select all, and then send a message to all those people at one fair swoop. So that is much easier than going into your connections and then looking through all the A's and then all the B's and then all the C's. It's going to take you a long, long time. So I know it seems like a whole lot of work, whether you have 200 members that you're connected to or 2,000 or 20,000. But if you start now, it's like eating the elephant, one bite at a time. If you have an assistant, put some of these classifications in a list for him or her and let them start the classifying process for you. Or, if it's late at night and you can't sleep, go ahead and jump on there and do 10 or 15 people. Eventually, you'll get through your entire list. So I'm telling you to do it, so I better do it too. I always try to teach what I most need to do in my own life. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach us at linkedintobusiness.com. Viveka at linkedintobusiness.com. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.